So hi everyone, my name is Lucy Fishleigh. I'm a third year PhD student here at USW, and today I'll be discussing the first study in my PhD thesis, which is a systematic review exploring the factors that affect powered wheelchair use for an adult population. So just to give you a bit of background then, problems with mobility and ambulation are one of the most commonly reported disabilities in the UK, and powered mobility solutions such as a powered wheelchair can provide a viable and valuable solution to individuals with a mobility impairment. However, the rejection, misuse or damage of a wheelchair can result in high financial costs both to the local healthcare system and to the user, such as a deterioration in condition and loss of independence. Therefore, there is a real need to understand the factors that affect powered wheelchair use. So the purpose of this review was to explore the current factors affecting powered wheelchair use for an adult person with a disability. 3 objectives were developed to direct the searching, the management and the interpretation of these studies. So firstly, to identify and present all the studies that explore or document factors that affect the use of powered wheelchairs for adults with a disability. And secondly, to better understand all the perspectives of stakeholders in the service user and professional perspectives regarding wheelchairs for adults with a personal disability. So I wasn't just looking at the end user essentially, I was also looking for the perspectives of people who work with powered wheelchairs, such as occupational therapists and engineers. And thirdly, the last objective was to draw conclusions about the current state of inquiry into factors that affect powered wheelchair use. So what was currently going on in the literature, essentially. So the methods then, how did I really do this? The terminology in the review was kept intentionally broad, really, to include studies with varying physical disabilities, and adults in community, primary care, outpatient, inpatient populations were also included. Studies including other powered mobility solutions such as mobility scooters or power-assisted manual wheelchairs were excluded from this review, and child and adolescent wheelchair users were also not included in this review for several reasons essentially, but mainly because a review for children and young people services, powered wheelchair services in the UK, was conducted back in 2016. So therefore this review focused on factors affecting powered wheelchair use for an adult population. Searches were limited to articles published in the English language in peer-reviewed journals from January 2000 to 2021, so essentially about a 20-year period really. So the conclusions and results then, what did we find? So 14 studies qualified for inclusion in this review, and they were both qualitative and quantitative in nature. And after the results were collated, I conducted a narrative synthesis across the results using a thematic approach. This process led to the construction of a conceptual map of reported factors affecting the usability of a powered wheelchair, and that's the diagram you can see on the right there. So the conceptual map discusses the themes of social factors, individual factors, environmental factors, technical and functional factors, and organisational factors. Pivotally within these results, the influence of psychology really comes through in the social factors and the individual factors, as you can see through the categories of the effects of disability stigma and powered wheelchair preconceptions. And this is really what I work on throughout the rest of my thesis. Thank you very much.